Sometimes you do not need a holiday, you need an escape. So, one mid-February morning in the height of summer, the GEN-Xers packed the Jimny, left our busy sea point behind, and headed toward the mountains with a simple intention: escape the noise, just for a few days, reset properly. Just an hour and a half's drive out of Cape Town, our destination, on the hill luxury cabin in the beautiful Hemel-en-Aarde Valley. This valley is shaped by ancient rock and patient wind, where vineyards lie quietly beneath mountains that seem older than memory. The tar road narrows, then quietly disappears behind us. Gravel takes its place, soft at first, then rougher, more alive beneath the tires. This is where the escape begins properly. The Jimny feels at home here, small, capable, uncomplicated. The kind of vehicle that does not need to prove anything. The climb starts without ceremony. The road winds upward in steady curves, stones scattered across its surface, dust lifting lightly behind us. The air carries the scent of sun-warmed fynbos and dry earth, that faint sweetness you only notice when you slow down enough to breathe deeply. The tires find their rhythm against the rock. Inside the Jimny, you feel the slope through the seat, through the steering wheel, through your hands. There is something grounding about it. Mechanical, yes, but also elemental. Climbing like this carries its own quiet adrenaline. Not noise, not chaos, just a calm alertness. The kind that clears your mind and brings you fully into the present moment. And then, as the slope eases slightly and the space opens, almost part of the mountain, the on-the-hill cabin emerged. The vision of the hosts was to create a space where people could step away from the noise and return to something quieter and more grounded. A place built with intention, where stillness is part of the design, not an afterthought. On the hill, luxury cabin, the name really feels earned. Light fills the cabin, moving easily through the glass walls, carrying the hills with it. There are no curtains, nothing separating you from the landscape. The mountain is not a backdrop. It is present, close, almost breathing alongside you. On the dining table, a bottle of wine waits next to a handwritten note. Simple, personal, considered. The kitchen offers all that is needed, and a fireplace stands ready for colder days. The sleeping space, calm and grounded. A refined luxury that makes you want to linger a little longer. The boundary between inside and outside softens. Luxury here does not shout. It is felt in the details, in the space, in the stillness. Out here, the rhythm changes without announcement. The air feels wider, the ground steadier beneath your feet, and the constant hum of elsewhere begins to fade until it is no longer the loudest thing in your head. What replaces it is simple and familiar. Breath, warmth, light, shifting slowly across stone. There is a steadiness to the hours here. Nothing rushed, nothing competing for attention. The kind of pace we remember from before everything demanded to be instant. Presence stops feeling like effort and becomes instinct again. As darkness settles, heat glows against stone and sky deepens into quiet blue. The world does not close abruptly, it exhales. And somewhere between earth and horizon you realize how little it takes to feel grounded again. The next morning, mist wrapped itself around the cabin, soft and unhurried, as if the mountain had drawn a veil across the day. The hills faded into pale silhouettes, their edges softened and sound gently muted. From above, the cabin seemed to rest between earth and sky, suspended in something ancient and still. In that quiet hush, the world felt briefly enchanted. The engine starts, gravel shifts beneath the tires, the mountain releases us without resistance. As we drive down, the world slowly returns. The cabin gave us exactly what we came for, and perhaps more than we realized we needed. It gave us space, stillness, and the kind of rest that settles deeper than sleep. And maybe this is the lesson. In stillness, the soul finds its true rhythm. If this kind of escape feels like home to you, subscribe and travel with us the Generation X way.